That's what I mean. And for a show that has an ensemble cast, that has multiple locations, that doesn't quite rise to the level of like Game of Thrones, politicking, backstabbing, alliancing. I don't even think it's trying to be that. I mean, just to be fair, I don't think they're trying to be Game of Thrones. I think they're trying to tell a period piece drama that has just enough of the romance stuff and just enough of like the shootout stuff to keep most people happy. I think they set out to do that. And for me, they've done that thus far, broadly speaking. What's your take on the show overall? Just thus far,
then we'll get into the show is a new type of look at the Robin Hood story, which I've said a few times. Like, takes it to another level. It's nice that they finally introduced Prince John. I thought that was pretty cool.
Good intro.
But yeah, they have enough of what made Game of Thrones so appealing, which a lot of that is very tastefully done in this and just not flaunted. Yeah, the skin. But it also mixes with like real feelings and real drive. And like, it's just a true medieval piece that just borrows the legend of Robin Hood to tell the story.
But are you enjoying what you've seen so far?
Yes. Okay. I wanted to watching this one each week.
Yeah, this has definitely not been a disappointing pickup of an unknown streaming service on MGM Plus to check that out. So I think that this is good. There's a lot that goes on in this episode, and I kind of like how this whole show feels like it's only taken place over the span of like a couple of weeks to me, that it's only been a couple of weeks tops since Rob's dad died in the pilot versus they're on the run. And now he's like acquiring a following, and he's we're moving through an escalation now, after the last episode where the queen basically said, hey, I need you to do some shit for me. And if you do, we'll work out this deal. You know what I mean? Going forward, everything seems to the stakes are increasing for people as we go. Pape says the show takes it out of the forest, provides much greater worldview of the period that it's set in. So far, every episode is built on the last. Because dude, I was just going to finish that thought. That's exactly what I mean, is that it started a little slow but small. And in being small allowed you to really get inside the thought processes of a couple of people, the sheriff, Robin Hood in particular, but a couple of people around him as well, Priscilla in particular, role increasing and role changing as well. I think that she's the hard-ass lady of the house because her mom died young. She's a bit of a dollop. We all get that. It's been memed on in a couple of the earlier episodes, but it appears that real feelings are developing between her and an unexpected suitor, in my opinion. So when that all explodes, it's going to explode spectacularly because of who she is. You know what I mean? And it's those smaller relationships that aren't the Rob and the Marian stuff that are making this interesting to watch, because there's only so much brooding Green Arrow Batman crap that as much as I like that I could watch this guy play Robin Hood and do. There needed to be more elsewhere. But Dan Maid is actually a title. Who knew?
Yes. A Lady in Waiting was something a lot of women always wanted to be.
I knew that was a thing. I didn't know its technical rank was Maid.
Yep.
Did not know. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of different smaller titles that a lot of people didn't. They just thought that was the name. It wasn't their title.
I'm glad she got the promo on the job. I think her boss is going to try to kill her. Not the queen, the other chick. I think Celine's going to try and kill her.
Yeah, because she got the rank before she did.
I was going to say, I think there's going to be some professional competition going on there.
Because I think a queen can only name two ladies in waiting.
I have no idea, but I know that chick don't like her and only calls her Nottingham. So
yeah,
that's grounds enough to know.
And she's not even from Nottingham. She's Locksley.
She's Locksley, which is why when she was promoted, that was the title she was given.
Locksley.
Right.
Locksley.
Which was solid. But I'll say this, right? I like this episode. Pape was just talking about each one builds off the last. This one builds immediately off the last. There's no big time jump. It picks up literally, it feels like the next day almost, from the conversation Marion had with her father, where it gets revealed to her that her Rob was there when her brother was killed. Right?
And that he is Robin Hood.
So all that stuff doesn't take 4 or 5 drawn out episodes of will they, won't they, near miss, a lie, I didn't believe, I got to find. No, it's done. They wrap it up instantly in this episode. She's like, never want to see you again. Bye. Like hits him with that, like a Taylor Swift song. And then he gets all mopey again for a couple seconds. But then he becomes Batman. I don't know. He's literally now he's Batman or something. Or the Punisher. I don't know. He's one of them.
Yeah. I wouldn't say Punisher. Go with Batman, maybe a Green Arrow, because Green Arrow did have a string of girlfriends as well.
True.
Which we also
Arrow's probably the play
as well.
Yeah. But they move right through that chain of events. They slot in new burgeoning relationships and new characters. A pivotal one with Prince John. After Marion and Rob have their falling out, she's mourning the death of that relationship and gets accosted in the woods. Dashing stranger shows up. There you go. Looky Lou. Thought it was Richard. Surprise, it's not.
No,
the other one.
It's the other one.
It's the other one. And you don't know who it is because he never tells her who he is until he gets back to court.
Not till he sees the queen, his mother.
John, you're home.
Yeah, you're home. Yay.
Yeah, a little frosty. But
she had a great line in this too. Yeah. All the faces he wears, and none of them are you can really trust. Yeah.
Yep.
Out of the many faces he wears, none of them are true.
She has another great line where she's reminding him of his childhood. He's talking about the toy that fell in the fire. And then she grabs his hand and pulls it, reveals the burn. And I'm like, that's some pretty good villain build-up stuff without hanging like a lantern on it and being like, you're a terrible human being. You're a psycho killer. You're a mustache twirling dick. Like none of those things, because he comes across as very smart, very charming, does all that stuff. It's almost reminiscent in a way. I was explaining this to my stepdaughter. She's like, it sounds like the prince from Frozen. And I'm like, I see that. If you remember the movie, he shows up, he looks good, he's kind to everybody, and this and that. No, Kristoff was Kristoff was Anna's boyfriend.
Yeah.
The other one. No, wait, I don't remember.
Hans,
I don't remember the name. It's been a while since I've seen part one. But anyway, like he's Gaston. Like he's the charming dude that all the other normies typically like until he reveals the kill the beast shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where this dude's gonna go sooner or later. He may Hannibal Lecter somebody Ramsay Bolton style next episode for all we know. Because the queen's already painted him out as being at least somebody not to be trusted while putting Marion completely in harm's way, which I love.
Yeah. And talk about Maid Marian here. She really gets into her role as a spy. And thinking on her feet. The Oracle just said like, oh, she's thinking real good on her feet. Yep, there it is. Yep.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty clever. She's scoping this dude's desk out, gets caught, and then just daintily picks up a feather pen, a quill. It's like, oh, it's just admiring your stationery. He literally says, read anything interesting? And he probably knows there's a strong likelihood he knows she can read. And she's like, no, I don't know how to read. Maybe you can teach me someday. And that's the line. That's the line that sells it. It's not just that she was like, oh, I don't know how to read. Cool, back to the party. Like, no. It's, oh, maybe you could teach me because then we'll spend more time together. You know what I mean? It's that. Yeah. Dude, you're damn right I would. I'd teach Priscilla how to read though more after this episode. Anywho, so she is thinking on her feet. She is becoming an operative within the palace, which is dope as hell. I like that. She's not going to be a damsel in distress. But again, I stress the point of the three females on this show, of the three at court anyway, the only one likely to pick up a knife and stab anybody is the other lady in waiting chick. You know, the queen's not beating a guard with the broadsword. Marion's not going to John Wick Prince John in the alley. Like, no. They're becoming who they would realistically
I did see her stabbing someone in self-defense.
Yeah, but it's like a quick to the gut, and then the guy falls back shocked that he got stabbed.
Or like he swings, he stumbles, and she just has the opportunity to stab.
Right.
Or like
she's not beating somebody through main strength ever in this show. Not happening.
No.
And I like that because it's portraying shit that I believe could be real. It could work that way, So they do a lot of stuff with the palace in this episode. We got the camp of merry men is coming along in a logical way as well. It's growing, but there are elements there that are frustrated that food's running low, that there's more people coming in every day. What's the plan? Is this home? Are we fighting back? And they have these roundabout discussions, him, Tuck, and John. Robin, Tuck, and John, that are kind of putting all this stuff on Front Street, which is important. Tuck he's not used as much as I would like. I feel like I want more of that character. I want more of the brief glimpse we got between him and Robin right before they set out on the mission to Warwick's estate. It was like, hey, you wanted us to go do this. You wanted us to rob them. And he's like, yeah, you guys are going to go out there and kill a bunch of people, and that can't be good. Like there's that back and forth about, and they're always quoting the Bible back
And
and
that's the
forth, which
thing,
is
and
clever.
that was one of the great scenes that Robin quoted the Bible and then corrects him. Like, that's not what he meant. That's not what it's meant. By this. This is what it actually means. You're reading something out of
And
context.
here's the consequence.
Picture things.
Right. And it's like, you remember the consequence of that shit. It didn't work. You know what I mean? There was a penalty. And the ending of this episode mirrors that discussion perfectly, because there's a consequence to Rob's actions, clearly unintended consequences, but he's already been in the position in this episode where he hasn't learned that yet, where he said, it was an accident what happened to your brother, Marion. I never intended for any of this to happen. Well, now you acted on Warwick. You killed half of his dudes, you stole all his money, you left him alive,
and you shot him in the hand.
Which was dope as hell. Dope as hell. Love that shit. And the minute that dude raised his hand to point, I was like, I'd put my hand down, dude. I'd put my hand. Wow. Got him.
Tell the sheriff, courtesies of Robin Hood.
Dude, I like that. That's about as modern gangster as you can get in 1142 Saxon, Normandy, wherever the fuck they are. But the unintended consequence is real. The sheriff rolls through, Boromir style, locks up all your boys, carts them off to jail. Here we go.
And the heartbreaking part of that whole thing is like, I tried. He tried to have a peaceful relationship with the Saxons.
Because he's not a villain straight up. He's just the antagonist. He's the hero in his own story, And you called that from episode 1 that that's what's going to make this work.
And then with the pressure
just keep the peace
of the Baron and Huntington. Plotting behind his back, talked about his incompetence.
We're going to talk about that.
Yep. And then
we're talking about that.
And then all of a sudden he comes and just pretty lays the law down. Like, now he has to fight for his reputation. He has to fight for what his job is. He's the cousin of the king.
Yep.
And he has all of this pressure on him. And now Robin Hood here is causing even more trouble. So he's like, okay, he's going to come in for these guys. So these are Saxons. He's known in the community. I think this one's his uncle or something. And I'm going to bring them
He might
in.
not know that. He might not know that directly. But he knows those, because those are the 4 guys that have been at all the town meetings that the sheriff has held in that area, within Nottingham.
Like the Saxon elders or something,
right?
You call it.
They're basically their local town council, pretty much. The other thing the sheriff's got to watch out for, though, on top of everything you just said, is this is still the kind of world where accidents happen.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you're the king's cousin, dude. People get thrown from horses and attacked by brigands in the forest all
the time.
All the time.
A strap on your horse might break and you get thrown from it.
So maybe it's just the kind of thing, because that's a great scene between Huntington and Warwick. Like, this is the kind of shit you can't get wrong, or you get a noose around your neck. That's probably going to be how how Huntington dies, by the way.
Yeah. Or like them going hunting and he has a crossbow. It's like you don't go hunting with Dick Cheney because you might get shot in the face.
Saying you might, even if there's no alcohol involved, allegedly, but still, and they played up that crossbow shit between the two of them for 5 whole minutes. There's no shot that he doesn't. Maybe
Huntington probably hasn't got any worse with lands and titles.
But I like that exchange. It's letting you know that this is a world that's at least Game of Thrones adjacent, that they've put that level of risk on the line. They have that entire sequence with, will you sign the writ to the king sponsored by the queen, or won't you? Won't you? Oh no, shock, he didn't do it. That was dangerous for the sheriff to not sign that. It's dangerous for Huntington to go behind his back and try to rabble rouse with the other barons to be like, I told you, bro, he's not doing his job. Maybe I should do the job. No, I'm not saying I should do it. There's going to be elements of that until the sheriff literally just Boromir'd again his way into the Loxley estate and pimp slapped Huntington in front of 15 people, including his captain.
He beat his
ass. And I almost felt bad for Sean being in that position. So this dude's got to be pushing 70, and he's just throwing full-on haymakers at this dude. He pulled the hockey jersey over his head and fucking went a couple of body shots at him and shit.
Wearing gauntlets, and it doesn't sound like he's wearing plastic gauntlets either.
Right. It seemed pretty, my man definitely went through it, and he just walks away.
Yeah.
But now I wonder, though, because as this was happening, I said to myself, shit, Huntington took that first shot and didn't go down. Rutrow is the scene. Is this it? Is this like the Huntington takeover? And now he just stands there and gets belted like 9 more times and then goes down. That was it.
He rocked him with that first one. He was,
He
was out on his feet on
the
that
button. Yeah, he slapped him up pretty good. I was like, all right, then. My man's still throwing hands.
Yeah.
Cool. It works. But again,
and it all started with him because he got tired of Rob's father around.
Yep. That's dude, because the sheriff has said this once an episode for 7 episodes now. There's no blessing that Huntington has received that he didn't turn into a curse. He said it again in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this dickhead who lifted not a finger has all this land and wealth and title and everything else, and he's still the biggest pain in my. He's a bigger pain in my ass than my daughter. You know what I mean? Like that's basically where this dude's at. And I feel for him for all the reasons you said. There's 2 versions of this character that work: Alan Rickman and Sean Bean, and it's like there's no anything that combines elements of both would just be stupid and dumb to watch. I think you can either cartoonish the whole thing and have fun with it. And I think Rickman got the assignment there in Prince of Thieves. Like, I think that totally made for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Or you do this guy, but there's no, I mean, maybe the other third one is the one that shitty show did. And you do the corrupt sheriff that's literally running organized crime or something through Nottingham and sticking it to the people. That version works too. You know what I mean? But I think you can't halfway any of those 3 things. This version is compelling. It's well performed. It's well written. I love
it's actually accurate to the time, I would say, too.
No.
Of like how they really thought, like how things were really going and how life was, especially for the nobles higher up.
Yeah, of course. They think that they're a higher class. They said it. The Saxons don't think, they don't plan. We got them. We just got to wait them out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
you're about to find out that dude found out directly the hard way 10 minutes later that they planned. But we have to talk about that. I got a gripe. I know. You're shocked. I got a gripe with an episode.
Okay.
All right. So in the span of weeks, Rob's taken this group of nobodies, farmers, whatever, millers, cobblers, whatever, right, and turned them into SEAL Team 6.
No, it wasn't SEAL Team 6. They were all hunters. The Saxons are very well bowed. They are professional hunters.
Nobody hunts at night, number 1. Number 2.
Well, if you're trying to poach, you do.
They assaulted a fortified target at night, missed nothing, shot guards with the high ground wearing armor, took no casualties, and just meandered that ass on the way up into the fortress, which implies hand-to-hand combat at various points, and they won that too.
Well, what's his name? Was the
Little
valet.
John could fuck bitches up. A Melange could.
He could blade.
Listen, my man can do that, but he's got to be the guy that like gets you from around the corner and goes to the throat cut. He's got to be the guy that looks like he's scared, and you go to intimidate him, and then he just pokes you. You know what I mean? Little John can rush the line, dude. That dude, you don't mess with that dude. The voice alone should tell you don't mess with that dude. You're right. That's the best voice in like recent cinema history. Who do I care where I could steal the coin? Like, dude, all right, cool, take it. It's cool. But the rest of these bums.
You mean Little John, not Prince John?
Little John. Did I say Prince John? I meant Little John.
You did say Prince John.
My bad. The big dude with the dog. He doesn't have a dog anymore.
Well, that's your barbarian. That guy just comes in swinging sticks.
Yeah, man, just let him run point. Fine. He can do that. But like the rest of these no talent asshats are out there starving in the woods for 2 weeks, sleeping on the ground. Should not be defeating career soldiers that are members of Warwick's household guards.
I mean,
without a casualty.
Didn't really mean much back then either.
I'm just saying, they're guys
whoever carried the soda.
Dude, guys that grew up hard and know how to fight. Not farmers, not millers, not cobblers, not starvers. These guys are equipped, fed, paid to stand guard, and they went down like a bunch of fucking jobbers. Okay, it was embarrassing. SEAL Team 6 rolled in there, dude. Even Ralph, who's a girl now again, by the way. Fine. It's funny how her hair and makeup changed though now that she's not doing the pantsuit anymore. Throw that in there. But like
she wants to be noticed by the guy.
Clearly.
So.
And I kind of felt bad for her because like there's like three instances now where he's just completely shown her no love except for the end of the episode. And it's still kind of weird to me now. But anyway. But she's like shooting dudes down on the move and like shooting dudes off of his back that are about to kill him and shit. I'm like, no. You're like, no, dude, it's too much, man.
It's not too much. Bows are great.
Dude, you know when bows aren't real equalizers though? Close quarter battle. When your target has the high ground and also has a crossbow, then it's not.
Well, actually,
it's not an M249.
A bow would even the odds with a crossbow because a crossbow can only fire once. He misses.
Oh, yeah, dude, but he's in a fortified position behind cover.
He wasn't behind cover. They were open.
Bro, the palisade is waist high. This is waist high.
Yeah.
This is me reloading the crossbow.
Hard.
I'm reloading from down here. You ain't shooting shit.
But you got to remember, they got him by surprise. They weren't ready to shoot anybody.
The exact second they go through the gate, somebody shouts in the background, intruders. We're under attack.
Yeah, after they already got in.
They killed 4 people to get in there. Where's the rest of the household guard? I was told this was a fortified position. Most heavily. There's no reason at this point now they can't repeat this attack on all of the lesser fortified houses throughout the world.
Exactly. That's the point.
But that means there's no friction. There's no additional conflict to be had.
That's why the king has to come and bring his army.
Dude, they did not earn this escalation. They did not earn it. They took no casualties, not a scratch. Bad execution of the idea.
Surprise can work, especially in that time of combat. And
Dude,
Pate put up longbow rules because one thing, the crossbow cannot shoot as far as the English longbow. It is the greatest weapon in medieval history is the English longbow.
Dude, they didn't need to be outclassed in terms of range. They walked right up to the door and were shooting from inside and still getting hits where they didn't earn hits. No, it does not work.
It does
work. Choreography's all wrong. No, disagree. Doesn't mean they're instantly ready to fight. Wait, which one? Who's not instantly ready to fight?
Yeah.
I'm instantly ready to fight. This shit's pissing me off now.
No, because I'm here. It's a normal night. We got shift guard.
Dude, you die.
I'm not ready.
But when I see you die, I go, ring that shit. And then the other 40 of us come kill the 6 of you.
But the 40 of you that are still in your knickers?
Yes.
You're asleep.
Bring on the knicker battle. We can do it. We can fight.
By the way, we said to open the armory. Get the swords out.
No. You're talking like it's 2025 armory with like 5 forms of ID rule. No. These dudes have swords by their beds. Fact.
No, they
had dudes on patrol. Yes, they did. This isn't the modern day where everybody gets a fucking union mandated break and isn't on patrol. These dudes are ready to go.
No, majority of them slept when you had a small contingency at night. That's why you attack at night. That's the reason why we still attack at night. You have to own the night.
Dude, we own the night with NVGs. There's no NVGs. I mean, knicker swordsmen, knicker boxers. I mean, that works.
They're better than the knickerbockers, I'll tell you that much.
That's what this did. I heard up here there's more Nets fans than there are Knicks fans now. I never thought I'd live to see the day that was a thing. That's actually they have more eyeballs on Nets games. I'm like, that can't be a thing. You get celebs at Knicks games, Nets games, Weird. That's changed. But yeah, dude, it just rubbed me the wrong way, the same way the Fire did for my Welcome to Derry. It was okay to watch, didn't ruin anything. It's interesting to see Rob is gravitating towards Ralph now, and I hope he does not call her Ralph. It would be weird. Marion fake gravitating towards Prince John and back and forth. Priscilla gravitating towards the Earl Marshal. One of them's gonna backstab the other. I think that's how that has to end.
And then there's little Will.
How does that not? And what's that?
And then there's little Will, who's just the voice of reason every now and then.
And whose dad just got locked up.
Yep.
So, just speaking of that,
I did go take a look at the IMDb score for this one, and it has gone up
again.
Not IMDb, but the tomato is gone up.
Dude, get out of here.
And guess what side it went up on?
Dude, audiences, it had to be good from the get-go. Did it go up with critics as well?
It went up with critics.
Oh, good sign. Good sign. Excellent sign. Dude, I'll take it because you were saying this looked like it averaged out at what, like a 7.9 or an 8 or something.
Just under 8.
Episode, yeah. And it seems like it's trending up 1/10 of a point. Dude, Pape, it doesn't surprise me either. It's polished, it's professionally done. I don't see bad performances. There's not even a one-off bad performance that I'm like, oh, this dude's kind of weak. I can't remember seeing that at any point in these 8, 9, 7, however many we've done.
We've done 7.
Like, there's not a bad bit of there's no plot hole that I can see. And it's just like execution of how I wouldn't have done things, like the fun we just had with like the breach, like that shit's fun to that's school, like movie nerd, like picking shit to pieces thing. I love that. I'm here for that, you know, but there's nothing structurally wrong with it. And like you said up front, Dave, the pace of this show has been so picture perfect that it started small and has gradually escalated to include more places aren't Rob's camp or Rob's village. We're bringing in more players like the Earl Marshal, like Prince John now. Does the episode end? Does the season end with King Henry coming back because Rob's successful? Does it end with Henry's death because Rob's super successful? Who knows? But I'm down for that. It's interesting to watch. It's not appointment viewing out of like dread or like morbid curiosity like Ahsoka or like what's the other one I make fun of? The Acolyte. Like it's not that for a change with both of these shows. With Derry or Robin Hood. How do you feel about those? About that comparison directly?
No, I think this one is like when I saw there was a new Robin Hood show coming out. At first, I was completely scared. I was completely scared, especially after the last Robin Hood movie that had Jamie Foxx and the dude from The Kingsman in it. I was they just totally ruined it, and so I'm like scared. And I saw that was a series. And then I saw it was on MGM Plus, and then I watched the trailer. I'm like, this could be interesting. Let's get this out there and see what we could do for this.